Hi, Pete Callard here for Six String Alliance, and this time I'm going to be checking out the playing style of the incredible Wes Montgomery. Before we get into the examples, just a quick reminder, if you'd like to download a free tab for all of the examples in this video, just click on the link in the description down below. So Wes's sound and playing approach is very much centered around the way that he picked the strings, which is with his thumb. So what he would do, he would splay his fingers out kind of wide, just overhanging the scratch plate. He had big hands. And then he would hit the strings with the side of his thumb, which gives him that sort of soft sound. And all the movement would come from the knuckle. He wouldn't move the thumb itself, so his thumb would be straight. And it curved around quite a way, which probably helped for this sort of style of playing. And he'd just sort of pull his fingers in slightly as he strummed to get this kind of distinctive sound. For our first example, we're going to look at the technique which Wes Montgomery's name has become most synonymous with, which is his use of octaves. So the example we're looking at, it's a lick from the tune Moving Along, taken from the album of the same name. The sequence he's playing over is basically an E flat 9 sus to E flat 9 chord. 4 bars, and then A flat 9 sus to A flat 9. And Wes, he's largely playing around, we could see it as being E flat major pentatonic, or could see it as even E flat 6 chord. And the notes we're starting with a C octave. So you've got the C here on the 8th fret on the top string, top E string, and the C an octave lower on the 5th fret on the G string. So we've got those two notes, but then he's muting all the notes around it. So with your first finger, you can stretch it across to mute the B string and also the D string underneath. And then you can bring your second finger over to mute the bottom two strings. So you can safely strum all of the strings with your thumb without worrying about hitting the wrong notes. And he starts out by sliding into this C. It's a very characteristic Wes sound. Then up to the E flat. Then down to C, E flat, and sliding up to G. Wes tended with octaves to stay on the same string more than he maybe would do if he was playing single note lines. Which isn't to say that he didn't cross strings, but it's just something to be aware of in the way this line is fingered. Then he pretty much repeats the line, but starting off on B flat this time. But then all the same notes after that. And then again from B flat to C. Then back to E flat. Then to C and B flat again. And he repeats that phrase twice. Then sliding up to G. Again, we're here on the D and the B strings. Then going down to the E flat here on the A and the G strings. Then the same thing down a whole step. The notes F and D flat. So landing there, I mean, you could see it as him sort of suggesting E flat then D flat. Finishing up on that flat 7th. Then he goes up to the high E flat again, which he plays 3 times, sliding into it. Then as the chord changes to the A flat, he plays the notes E flat and A flat, sliding into this A flat. So that's the 5th and the root of the A flat 9 sus chord. Aside from the technical aspects of this line, it's really important to pay close attention to the phrasing and the rhythms that he's playing in this. So now let's look at Wes's single note soloing approach. This example comes from the tune People, taken from his album Movin' Wes. So this example is over a long 2-5-1 in A flat, which is the chords B flat minor 7, E flat 7, and A flat major 7. And Wes starts out up here on the 15th fret on the note G on the top E string, and comes straight down B flat Dorian to the D flat, with a chromatic note thrown in there, at D. So straight down the top E string, then back to the E flat, then to C, then D flat, then B flat, so a little thirds idea. And incidentally, when he hits that D flat, is where the B flat minor 7 chord actually comes. So he's landing on the minor third of that chord. And he follows this still over the B flat minor 7 chord by coming straight down a D flat major 7 arpeggio, and going down to C and B flat, then back up the arpeggio. So here, this is a very characteristic Wes idea. Basically, we could see this as superimposing an arpeggio, or we could see it as playing around the upper structure of an arpeggio. But this D flat major 7 arpeggio over B flat, basically he's moving up a minor third to D flat and playing D flat major 7, which gives you a B flat minor 9. So yeah, we can see it two ways. We could see it as being D flat major 7 over a B flat, or we could just see it as a B flat 9 arpeggio. But it's certainly something you see Wes and other jazz players doing a lot, this idea of moving up a third and playing a major seventh, arpeggio over a minor seventh chord. And following this, he plays the note C, D flat, A, C, and B flat, which is kind of suggesting B flat minor 7, then maybe implying F7, then back to B flat minor. So a little implied 5-1 there. At this point the chord changes to E flat 7. So this little idea, it's very much based around, we can see it starting out around E flat major pentatonic. Then moving, he goes down to the D flat, then down to the F. So you can see this is all being E flat mixolydian. Then C, B, A flat, and B flat. So this is a little phrase taking us to the B flat by moving from a whole step above, moving down chromatically to the B, then jumping to a whole step below the B flat, A flat, and finally heading to that B flat. Then back up to C and D flat, then chromatic passing note of D, then E flat, and the chord changes to A flat major 7, and he slides up from F to G. So sliding up into the major 7th, and then down to finish on the E flat, which is the 5th. So ending on the major 7th and the 5th, the A flat major 7th chord. Now let's check out Wes' incredible chordal soloing approach. This example comes from his solo on the tune Tequila. So Wes is playing over a simple sequence here. It's really just a bass line figure, with a bass outlining roots and fifths, but the chords implied are basically 2 bars of A7, then a bar of B7, and a bar of E7, then back to A7. But Wes is playing a whole load of chordal ideas over the top of this, and implying a lot of harmony. He starts out around D7. This is really an E-shaped D7. But he's very much playing 3 and 4 note voicing ideas on the top strings when he's playing these voicings. So this D7, moving to D sharp diminished, just by adding this E flat on the top. He then moves that up a minor third to F sharp diminished. Then comes down to A9. So really an A-shape A9 voicing, the top 4 strings. She slides down to G, then to F sharp, then G7 and F#7. Little 3-note voicings based on these A-shaped chords. These chords move really quickly, just a warning. Then he's heading towards B13, but he's starting a half step above. So again, this is the voicing that he's playing around, this E shape. 13th voicing. But just the top 4 strings. And then he moves to B7#5. Then he's moving to B-7, so he starts a half step below with A#-7. And little 3-note voicings based on these chords. Then shifts up to this lovely B-11 voicing. So here we've got B on the 9th fret and the D string, F# here on the 11th fret and the G string, A here on the 10th fret on the B string, and E here on the top E string, the 12th fret. Then shifts down to B-9. It's based around this shape. Little 4-note voicing, then goes back to the minor 11 voicing but without the top note. Then down to E7♭9. So here we've got the 6th fret on the D string for the G sharp, the 7th fret on the G string for the D, the 6th fret bar and cross with your first finger, on the B string for the F, and the B here on the top string of the 7th fret. And he finishes off with this little idea going from A7 sus to A13. So A7 sus and A13. But again, just 4-note voicings. And then hitting A octaves here on the 5th fret and 7th fret on the bottom E string and the D strings. So you can hear Wes is implying a lot of harmony over the simple progression. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at Wes Montgomery's brilliant soloing style. That's it from me for now, but I'll be back soon with more videos, so I'll see you then.